My name is Publio. I'm gonna sing a couple of songs to prepare our environment, to prepare our soul for the Spiritist talk tonight. So welcome to our meeting. First of all, I'm gonna sing a song called Vibrate. When life lends a hand, it's time to open up your heart. It is time to love one another. It's time to take part. Vibrate always, loving and serving everyone. Vibrate always, loving and serving everyone. When we give our heart in charity, our lives are transforming into songs. Our dreams become reality, and we join Jesus for eternity. Vibrate always, loving and serving everyone. Vibrate always, loving and serving everyone. When we give our heart in charity, our lives are transforming into songs. Our dreams become reality, and we join Jesus for eternity. Now I'm gonna sing a song that really calmed me down. If I close my eyes to pray, I heard the sound of the sea far away. If I close my eyes to pray, Jesus cradles me, in his arms I sway. Body harmonizes, how well done lay the hay. Music lifts, his spirit sings sweet ballet. Nature's love, a constant giveaway. In joy and peace, my heart finds its way. If I close my eyes to pray, Jesus cradles me, in his arms I sway. If I close my eyes to pray, I heard the sound of the sea far away. If I close my eyes to pray, Jesus cradles me, in his arms I sway. Body harmonizes, how well done in the hay. Music lifts, his spirit sends sweet ballet. Nature's love, a constant giveaway. Now, song to Mother Zephyrina. Source of love that radiates, warm in our power, cold nights, support and comfort, support and comfort, cascades from down the mountain, calling the children of earth with love in their hearts, with love in their hearts. My soul never loses hope, because your love always teaches me the solution lies in hard work. The solution lies in hard work. Oh, my Mother Zephyrina, harvest of wonderful blessings, make your small son a good Christian, make your small son a good Christian. Source of love that radiates, warm in our power, cold nights, support and comfort, support and comfort, cascades from down the mountain, calling the children of earth with love in their hearts, with love in their hearts. My soul never loses hope, because your love always teaches me the solution lies in hard work. The solution lies in hard work. Oh, my Mother Zephyrina, harvest of wonderful blessings, make your small son a good Christian, make your small son a good Christian. And now I'm gonna sing a song, Good Old Man. It's about our protector, our mentor, Dr. Bezerra de Menezes. Blue crystal eyes, color of the sky, gray bushy beard, Santa's look alike. Shine on your brothers on earth, suffering, living joy, or in pain. Blue crystal eyes, Christ, Apostle of the good, receive our praise and also our heart. Apostle of the light, place our pain at the feet of Jesus Christ. Love in action. Jesus, here I am, my knees on the floor to say thank you, my Lord, for the lives that come through this door. Your love is the key to change the entire world. Using these chains wisely, we will live in peace and harmony. Now I understand, helping others is helping myself. Your words now are so crystal clear. Your teachings have no frontiers. To see all these transformations, we just have to put love in action. Now I understand, helping others is helping myself. Your words now are so crystal clear. Your teachings have no frontiers. To see all these transformations, we just have to put love in action.
Hello, friends. Good evening. How is everybody doing? We are so happy to have you here again another Tuesday so that we can have our special moment together. So we welcome you if you are joining us now live or whatever time you are joining us, maybe later on demand. So, as always, we like to clarify a few things. We do ask that you turn off your phone notifications and find a quiet place if it's possible during this time. I know we are all so busy and life is so full of activities, but we really hope that you can use this time to yourself, right? So if you can disconnect a little bit of all the activities you are responsible for, that will help your enjoyment. Our meeting has this format of more or less 30 minutes presentation, and we have a 10 minutes question and answer. Then we move to our final step of the night, that is our spiritual care. So magnetized water, it's now that time where part of our spiritual treatment is drinking the magnetized water. So now is the time where I remind you to get a little bit of drinkable water, in a container, in a cup, a little bit more than you need right now for you and for your family to drink and benefit from it. We are live on Tuesdays, 7:30 p.m. Central Time, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, through the Facebook of Spiritism Canada, Concafros Continental Americas, and on YouTube of Spiritism Canada. But then also on Saturdays, we are retransmitted through our great friends from Kardec Radio through their Facebook page and also YouTube channel. So that is on Saturdays at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And for you that want to learn more about Spiritism, you come and watch, as every Tuesday, or you learn about Spiritism and you want to learn more, we have classes every Saturday. They are free at 5:15 Eastern, and they are virtual classes. So you can look at the registration form that we have on the screen, but also we'll have in the chat, and you can join us still. So the classes are free. It's an introduction to Spiritism, the course that we call Get to Know Spiritism. So if you need any more information, contact us too. But we hope you can join. We also offer the Gospel at Home. So the Gospel at Home, it's a practice of being together or by yourself, but usually if you live with other people, if you have your family, hopefully that will be a time to share with all of them, and just pick a specific date and a specific time, 15 to 30 minutes maximum every week, where in as a group, in family, or at your home, you read about the gospel and you reflect on it too, and then you'll pray, for your family and for yourself. So that has a lot of different benefits, and if you would like to get started, we can help you get started and help you maintain that habit. So just contact us and we can give you more information. We'll be happy to help you get started and maintain the practice of the gospel at home in your home. We also have our vibration book or our prayer book. It's a confidential online book or form where you can put your name or the name of anybody that you know that needs prayer. We have a group of volunteers that would pray and ask the good spirits to send good vibrations for whomever needs prayers. And just to remind everybody, it can be somebody incarnate or discarnate that you can ask for prayers. So if you know of somebody who is in need of prayers, or if you would like for us to pray for you, please just put your name there, and we will very fraternally, send you good vibrations. today's talk, that's why we are all here, right? Together. It's to hear about the gospel according to Spiritism. And we are on chapter 10, Blessed are the Merciful. And this is items 14 to 16, called The Forgiveness of Offenses. Excuse me. And this is going to be facilitated by our sister Marcelli. But we want, before I bring her in so that she can get us started, I really want just to remind everybody that we love questions and comments. They're all welcome, so please, send a little hi, or send your questions, your opinions. We love that. And we will look at the questions at the end after Marcelli, goes through her presentation today. So, Marcelli, hello.
Hey Anna, how are you?
I'm good, my friend. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Better now because I'm with you here.
Yes, I would say the same. Tuesday is a special date for,
Yes.
a special day of the week to be with our friends and, trying to be a little bit better, right? To improve ourselves.
Yes.
So I'll let you do our opening prayer and I'll be
Mhm.
back at the end.
Okay, I'll see you
Thank
soon.
you.
You're welcome. Bye. So, good evening, everyone. I would like to ask everyone to close your eyes if you wish and feel comfortable. So, let's elevate our thoughts and think in God. Let's thank for the opportunity to be here one more time, one more Tuesday, to study more about Jesus' teachings and to try to evolve ourselves. May the good spirits can inspire me and help me to convey the message on the better way I can. May all the good spirits help us and protect us and our family and everyone who is watching this video live or on demand. May God can help everyone in its necessities. Please, God, stay with us today and always. So be it. Okay. So, as Anna said, our today's talk is about forgiveness of offenses, which is from the chapter 10. Blessed are the merciful, items 14 to 16. Okay, and today we are gonna reflect um, on the message of three spirits, which were taken from the gospel according to Spiritism. So the first two spirits, the messages were from Simeon Bordeaux, 1862, Paul Apostle from Lyon, and 1861. And the third message is from Joseph, a protector spirits Bordeaux, 1863. For the first slide, I brought this passage from Matthew. It's on the Bible, it's on the Gospel according to Spiritism. So, blessed are the merciful, for they will obtain mercy. And to reflect a little bit about this passage, from the Spiritism view, mercy is more than compassion. It is a forgiveness in action. Nature teaches this law. So the sun transforms the swamp. The soil turns waste into fertilizer. The grape becomes wine after being crushed. Likewise, when we forgive and act kindly, we align with divine harmony. Mercy brings peace and renewal, while resentment binds us. Jesus reminds us that by forgiving fully, we open the way to spiritual growth and eternal life. And then I'm gonna bring some parts of the first message. Okay, The message is a little long, so I didn't bring everything. So I brought some parts, and we are going to reflect on this. And if anyone would like to read the message, the entire message, we will post the link so you can download the gospel according to Spiritism, okay, on PDF, so you can read whenever you would like. So the first part that we brought, it's the message from Simeon, and he says, how many times should I forgive my brother or sister? He was talking about the passage with Jesus and Peter. Okay, so this passage is, how many times should I forgive my brother or sister? Not 7 times, but like not 7 times, but 70 times 7. Like Peter asked Jesus, how many times should him forgive his brother or sister? And Jesus said, not 7 times, but 70 times 7. This is one of Jesus' teachings that should strike your mind and hardest and speak to your heart the loudest. So, through human story, the prevailing attitude in relationship was to exclude enemies, and despite them, Jesus, however, went against the trend. For he saw enemies beyond their behavior. He understood them, tolerated them, and included them, so much so that he summed up his mission in these words: Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing. And I bring 3 questions for us to reflect this night. And today, do we forgive or exclude? Why do we find it so difficult to forgive? And what does it really mean to forgive? We need to reflect on these 3 questions. Jesus, rightness per excellence, responds to Peter, you shall forgive without limit. You shall forgive every offense as many times as it is committed against you. You shall teach your brothers and sisters that forgetfulness of self, which makes them invulnerable to attack, evil behavior, and insult. You shall be meek and humble of heart without ever measuring your kindness. In short, you shall do for others what you would want to Heavenly Father to do for you. This is the golden rule, right? To do to others what you want to be done to you. So when Simeon, the author of this message, uh, begins by saying that Jesus' teaching about forgiving your brother 70 times 7 is one of those that should remain in your mind and speak loudly to your heart. He teaches that for a person to act correctly according to the laws of goodness and to develop spiritual sensibility, they must use reason to understand and necessity of Jesus' teachings on earth, that dwelling place of spirits in evolution. Every day, millions of people recite the Lord's Prayer, thoughts taught by Jesus, without paying much attention to this phrase: forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors, in which God's forgiveness of our faults is conditioned up our forgiveness of other faults. Another part of the first message: forgive, be indulgent, charitable, generous, even lavish. Sorry, with your love. Give because the Lord will repay you. Forgive because the Lord will forgive you. So when Peter in that conversation with Jesus, asked an interesting question, right? How many times shall forgive my brother? First, let us understand why he asked these questions and why Jesus used this expression 77 times. In Genesis chapter 4, verses 15, the story tells that Cain was so wicked that when someone wronged him, he did not take revenge just once, but 7 times. Jewish teachers often debated how many times one should forgive. The doctors of the law concluded that forgiveness should be extended up to 3 times because God forgave up to 3 times, and then he punished. The Israelites believed that God's forgiveness was limited to 3 offenses. So the obligation was also to forgive only 3 times. And Jesus, as an educator of souls, used this expression to put an end to that reasoning. But Peter was actually asking Jesus for guidance on how to act in the future when someone hurts, offends, or wrongs him. First, because Peter already saw his companions as brothers, and he was concerned about those who did not recognize one another as brothers. And so I ask all of us, do we see each other as brothers and sisters? Especially the one who offended us, the one who throws a stone at us, the one who breaks our heart. Peter already had this vision. We many times still cannot look at the one who hurts us as a brother. And that makes things harder because we strip away the fraternal feeling with which we should look at one another. Now let us observe Jesus' answer. I do not say to you up to 7 times, but up to 70 times 7. So Jesus teaches us that this limit expands when we are taught by understanding. So notice, forgiveness is directly linked to understanding the other, their limitations, and look at the person as a brother or sister. How difficult this is for us, right? But it is not impossible. Therefore, forgive your brothers and sisters as you yourselves have need of being forgiven. It's still the same message. Forget the evil that has been done to you and think of one thing only, the good you can do. So the Spiritist doctrine blessed us with different perspective on those around us. Those who cross our path and explain that although we are all created equally by a just God, each of us is at different levels of growth and evolution. Here, we are hurt, and there we hurt others. So we are groped in a world where spiritists are all undergoing trials and atonement. Therefore, is still imperfect, is still learning. When someone offends us, we immediately put on the victim's cloak and do not stop to think, why did that person offended me? Why it's going on with him or her? What lies behind the bitterness, the aggressiveness? And me? Why did this offend me? Why did it hurt me? Why is it this offense that disturbed me? Someone says to me, you are a hypocrite. That offends me, but why? Am I not? Uh, Sorry, if I'm not, why should I be upset about it? Could it be that I am? Why not reflect on that? Each of us works within a limit of capacity, but Jesus teaches us that we are all capable of expanding that limit by adopting a different perspective. But how are we going to do that? By remembering that forgiveness is therapy of the soul. It is a liberating therapy. And this view is not only for Spiritism. Psychology also works to identify with which situations in people's lives have generated traumas and frustrations and seeks to understand the limits within human relationships to end up of forgiveness. So the next slides, this is the second message now. It's a message from Paul, the apostle. Forgiving one's enemies is to ask forgiveness for oneself. Forgiving one's friends is to give them proof of friendship. Forgiving offenses is to show that one has become better. Therefore, my friends, forgive so that God may forgive you. For if you are hard, demanding, and inflexible, if you are severe towards even a minor offense, how can you expect God to forget that every day you are in ever greater need of indulgence? So the Apostle Paul, in this message, included that in the Gospel according to Spiritism, it states, to forgive our enemies is to ask forgiveness to ourselves. To forgive friends is to give a proof of friendship. To forgive offenses, it's to show that we are improving. Forgiving then, my friends, so that God may forgive you. For if you are harsh, demanding, inflexible, if you hold or even to the slightest offense, how can you expect God to forget that every day you are in a greater need of indulgence, as I just read? So we understand the truth of these statements. Yet we face difficulty in applying forgiveness because when we feel like victims, we rely on reasons that reason itself does not know. Forgiveness is an inner attitude, is a way of living. So in many situations in life, those who harm or hurt us are often so burdened by tribulations that deep down they suffer much more for creating problems for us than we do when we think of ourselves as victims. So, who could list the occasions when a certain companion resisted a fall under the compulsive force of temptations until finally slipped along the way? We do not know, do we? Because do we not put ourselves in others' place? Who can truly discern whether a person is lost or disturbed under obsession or will? These are questions we do not ask, for we prefer to remain upset with the offender. It's easier for us, right? So, however, there are two quite different manners of forgiving. There is forgiveness from the lips and forgiveness from the heart. True forgiveness, Christian forgiveness, is the kind that casts a veil over the past. It is the only kind that will be credited to you, for God is not satisfied with appearances. So we all make mistakes, as this is a part of our process of growth and evolution. We need to understand that in life, we will always come across the mistakes of others as well. And if we do not realize that this brother or sister is also on his or her path, making mistake and learning, we will have difficulty receiving forgiveness for our own faults. What is the first step to truly forgiving everyone, friends and enemies alike? Understanding. There is not complete forgiveness without understanding. When I understand my brother or sister acted that way, forgiveness becomes easier. When I look at him or her and you see that he or her it's a being walking as I am, but still ignorant of goodness, right? So Jesus, at the brink of death, said something impactful. And I said before, Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing. Jesus was the greater revealer that evil is the child of ignorance. And then we come for the third and last message. It's about indulgence. So indulgence does not see that defects of others, or if it does, it avoids talking about them or publicizing them. On the contrary, it hides them so that they don't become known. And if malevolence uncovers them, indulgence always has an excuse to mitigate them. That is, as a plausible and genuine excuse, and not one of those that has the appearance of mitigating the wrong by actually emphasizes it with clever perfidy. So hence Simeon's call regarding the Spiritism responsibility to make an effort to forget evil, think only of the good that can be done, and not give room to harmful thoughts, and so as to feel truly happy and express in the words, happy is the one who can say each night before sleeping, I have nothing against my neighbors. Indulgence is never concerned with the wrong of others, unless it can be assistance, and furthermore, it takes care of mitigating them as much as possible. So we shall do not forget, each earth is a place of experience and atonement, often quite painful, and anyone who feels offended by someone should not forget that they themselves may also earn her 70 times 7. And still the third message. Oh people, when will you judge your own hurts, your own thoughts, your own actions, without concerning yourselves with what your brothers and sisters do? When will you look upon yourselves with your stem eyes? So this reminds us of a fundamental Spiritism principle, self-examination. It is easier to judge others than to look within, right? So yet, true spiritual progress begins when we evaluate our own thoughts, intentions, and actions. And Jesus taught that transformation starts in the heart. And this call challenges us to replace criticism with self-awareness and humility. Be indulgent, my friends, because indulgence appeals, calms, and uplifts, whereas sternness discourages, keeps away, and angers. This passage highlights The transformative power of indulgence. In Spiritism, indulgent means understanding others' imperfections without harsh judgment. It soothes and uplifts because it is rooted in compassion, while sternness creates distance and resentment. Choosing indulgence is choosing harmony and progress. And then I brought a message from Emmanuel. It's from a book, The Sculptors of the Soul. It's about forgiveness. So everything is forgiveness within nature, so that life may grow, prosper, and improve in the name of the Lord. The sun forgives the swamp and turns into the fertile land. The tree forgives the storm that tears it apart and blooms again for a bountiful harvest. The soil forgives the trash that degrades it and transforms into the precious fertilizer. The trunk forgives the soul that cuts it down and becomes shelter of our general utility. The grains forgives the milestone that crushes it and produces white flour. The grape forgives the feet that crushes it and turns into medicinal wine. The wood forgives the embers and creates the flame that warms the home on a cold night. The dough forgives the terrible heat of the oven and becomes bread that enriches the table. The animal forgives the man who leads it to slough and become the food that supports his health. At the foundation of life, everything is the forgetting of evil with the constant exaltation of God. Without the spirits of sacrifice, there is no progress. Just as without individual renunciation, there is no education. If we wish to collaborate in the divine work, let us take our place in the imperative of forgiveness and always help. To forgive incessantly is to renew oneself for a higher life. It is not worth storing resentment of collecting afflictions, which always end up instilling in our body and soul the agents of illness or death. And existence demands for forgetting of all the darkness so that our path may be under the dominion of light. Let us remember Christ and learn to forget all offenses and all evils, for only those who forgive completely can achieve the necessary and blessed renewal of their own being for the imperishable life. Thank you. You are mute, Yana.
Oh, Lord. How many years of Zoom, StreamYard, WebEx, and everything, and I still can't find the mute button.
It happens with everyone.
It's like, oh my gosh, yeah, it was right there. But what I was saying is like, thank you, for the reflections. I've been, thinking a lot, and I think we don't have any questions today, but I wanted just to make some comments and,
Mhm.
talk a little bit more about the topic for a few minutes. Um, when you were talking, I was thinking, wow, so I love that you said we have to understand others to be able to forgive. And then towards the end, you were talking that we have to do our self-examination to be able to forgive. Then I was thinking, wow, that is kind of the steps. I will never be able to forgive if I don't try to understand the person, right? But ultimately, is that if I know truly who I am, I know I might be able to do the same thing, right? Even though whatever they did to me hurt me so bad.
Sometimes worse. We can do worse.
Yeah, yeah. And, if I'm really honest with myself, I would think if the conditions were the same, if I was, if the circumstances were the same, I'll probably do the same, or like I said, worse. So, there at that point, there's no other option than to forgive, because we know for sure, we recognize that we need the forgiveness, so I was thinking, wow. So, that's why they say if we are able to forgive, right, that is a sign of a more elevated spirit,
Mhm,
because,
mhm.
you really need to be looking at others instead of just ourselves, like you mentioned, don't make ourselves the victim, and, but really take our own responsibility. And then, so if we can say, wow, yeah, they were really rude to me at the grocery store. But, some days I can be rude too, very much, especially if I'm stressed with work, or, if you have somebody sick that you really love, so under the same circumstances or even less um, dire circumstances, maybe I could do, something
Yeah,
else.
and sometimes like we don't know what the person is going through, right? Like
Correct.
we don't know. Like for example, I work with customer service,
Mm-hmm.
so I have all the
Yeah.
time.
You need to exercise forgiveness every day,
Yes,
every minute,
every
every
single
minute.
day. Yeah, because some people sometimes they come, they're not in a good day, and
Right.
their answers, their talks, not in a good way,
Right.
right? But like I need to think it's not about me.
Right.
Maybe this person is not having a good day, so let's treat the person in a better way. It's possible. So
Right.
maybe I can change it, his or her day,
Right.
even a little bit. Like if I'm kind, right,
Mm-hmm.
if I treat them well, even though I'm not being treated well, but
Right.
like maybe I can uh get them to think a little bit, like why am
Right.
I acting like this if the person is not
Right.
doing the same, right? So
Right. You can de-escalate a little,
yeah.
and
Hmm.
do something well. And then I was just thinking how, Kardec is really so amazing in these books, and this doctrine, that this set of principles that we study, the gospel according to Spiritism, because I was like, okay, we're talking about forgiveness, and then we'll talk about indulgence. And then I was thinking, if I really think how many times I need indulgence, I will be forgiving everybody and being indulgent with everybody because,
All
where
of
would I
us.
be if it was not, if God was not indulgent to me, and other people too, it starts sometimes with our parents, or if it's not the parents, somebody that loves us, that hopefully everybody has that person that when you come home and you say, "Ooh, I really screwed up," they go, "But you were having a bad day. Don't think so bad." That can be indulgent with us because it's really hard nobody's perfect, and it's really hard
Mhm.
to do the right thing every time. So
We are all here to improve ourselves, right? To progress.
right. And then sometimes really the tests is where it's going to tell us if we are ready or not, right? Or if we still need to be working on that. But sometimes we fail those tests, but then we need indulgence, right? So I was like, wow, that's really a good, pairing. But I really appreciate, sister. I really, from what you were talking, it was taking me really deep, but
I'm glad.
and I really think it's a lot of very strong words there. Do not just forgive with your words, because who you think you're kidding, right? But it's important to think this, I think, because we're always thinking, how do I do that, right? And it's very it's not easy, but it's more simple in Spiritism because everything comes to ourselves and what do we do, right? It's our responsibility. It doesn't depend on anybody else. It
Yeah.
just depends on what we do and how we carry our lives. And I think that is plenty, right? I cannot even keep up with my own life. I can't be responsible too much to anybody else. I can help, and that is the good thing too. But it's all on ourselves to understand others, to see ourselves in that situation, to really know who we are, and have no pride that we are much better than we're still here. Like you said, we're still on the way on this path. We're still evolving. So, but I really thank God that we do this together here,
Yeah.
these
True.
reflections and everything. So I appreciate you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a good
See
night.
you later.
See you. Bye.
All right, let me find my other. There we go. So, friends, after that great reflection from our sister Marcel, let's go to our next step. That is our spiritual care. So, the first part of our spiritual care, we do what we call passes, and passes is a transfusion of spiritual energy that can assist with our physical, emotion, and mental balance. So remember, we are not just a body, right? We are also a spirit. So, and health is encompassing. It's not just physical health, it's emotional health, it's mental health. All of this, together can influence our overall health. So if you have been here with us every Tuesday, you kind of know how it goes. But if it's your first time, to take the advantage or to have the best benefits from the spiritual care, you can just follow the guided audio instructions. So we do what we call guided passes. So we will be talking, and you will be able to follow when it would end and start. So just give power to the words that you're hearing, or just remain in prayer. And if you close your eyes, that might be easier for you to really just help with the mentalization, of the words and the images that will be heard in the audio. And remember the water that I asked you to set aside before. You can still get it now. And the water will receive healing energy for your body and for your soul, which you and your family can benefit from. And now, without further delays, I want to thank you one more time for being here. And I will be doing our prayer right before the passes. That is also going to be our final prayer. So I do invite you to pray with me. So let's close our eyes and be thankful. Be thankful for all the mercy, all the indulgence, all the forgiveness that God pours towards us every single minute of our lives, throughout all the births and the lives that we have had. God is so loving, and He believes so much in our ability to become a better version of ourselves that He's not fixated on what we are today or at this moment, but He can see all the potential. He can see all the transformation that can happen if we only put ourselves through the process. So thank you, God, for all this love and for this confidence and for planning this plan for us, for dreaming this dream for us, for allowing us to fulfill this journey of evolution with assistance, with resources, with the best gift that we could all really receive, that is Jesus Christ Himself and His message of liberation. So thank you, God, for that. May we learn more about ourselves, more about you, God, so that we can see our brothers and sisters around us every day a little bit better, a little bit more like you see us, like you see them, with merciful, with kind, with forgiven, and with indulgent eyes. We ask you, Jesus, and all the good spirits, we ask you, God, to bless all the people that are here in fellowship with us, that come every week or some weeks, that hears later, when they have some time. All the people that this moment we're thinking, our loved ones, the people that we might have problems with, really bless all of them, Jesus. Bless our families, our places of work. Keep us safe. And also bless all the ones in our prayer book, in our vibration book. May they all be assisted in whatever they need, not just because they deserve that assistance, but mostly because God is merciful and his mercy endures forever, and it is spread everywhere, in every corner, to anybody who asks. So we ask for them, and we trust in your mercy and your love, and may they be encouraged to forgive themselves, to forgive others, and to face the challenges of life. Thank you, Jesus, for everything. And may we be here together in his name many, many more times. And so be it.
Let's get ready for the bath and water fluidification. Please get a container with clean water to be fluidified. Brothers and sisters, it does not matter where you are, what type of hardships you are going through. Jesus is always ready to come and help us. Place yourself in a comfortable position, which can make it easy for you to reach concentration and receptiveness. Breathe slowly and easily. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Fill up your lungs with air and let it out very slowly. Let tranquility and peace energies penetrate your lungs and move throughout your body. Your soul, in harmony with your body, feels easy and in peace. Let's imagine Jesus' passage. A clear day, the sun's golden rays illuminate the happy passage in Capernaum. A lot of white houses, multicolored vines, and hopping birds fill the landscape with optimism. The news about cures attracted the crowd in need. Suddenly, Jesus appears slim and handsome. His tunic was hanging down to his feet. At sunset, all those with sick people hit by several illnesses would bring them, and as he placed his hands over each one, he would heal them. This is what Luke the evangelist says. Let's imagine Jesus approaching you. He holds his friendly hands over our head. Notice that from his generous hands, a waterfall with clear and pure water originated from his love come to bathe you. It flows on your head, goes down your shoulders, bathe all your being, and brings you peace, serenity, and balance. They remove all impurities and pacify you. Feel the water bathing you, cleaning. Breathe. Now, imagine Jesus as a sun before you. His light, His warmth surround you. Feel the healing energy that comes from Jesus towards you. He hears your prayers. Trust Him. His love is endless and it follows you and protects you. It provides you with everything you need. Have faith. Absorb the healing energy from Jesus. His light surrounds you. Feel the energy going through all your body. Feel stronger and in peace. Lord Jesus, our divine friend, reach out your generous hands, Lord, and change this water into medicine for our physical and spiritual illnesses. Protect us, Jesus, with your peace. Spread those vibrations of love throughout my home, Lord. May peace, health, and tranquility reign here. We are very grateful to you, Jesus. Stay with us today and forever. Thank God. Please remember to use the fluidified water.
Friends, is with the sweet and peaceful vibrations, the healing vibrations of the passes that we bid you good night. We hope that you're going to be here next Tuesday again with us. And in the meantime, you may want to follow us on Facebook in the Spiritism Canada, Instagram, the Spiritist group Path of Light, or also in our YouTube channel for Spiritism Canada. So have a good evening.
Someone told me long ago that life is just a long road. Sorry, mate, but life to me is way much more. No matter what it seems to be, it's always time to make a change. Sometimes all we need is only one more chance. So try. Build a bridge over troubled waters, fly. If that's all that you have left to do, I want more. I want more happy sunny days. I want more happy smiles on your face. Love sparkling the eyes. Tears no more, no more sorrows, no more bad days. No more cries, no more dark hope. No more fear, no more fight. Someone told me long ago that life is just a long road. Sorry, babe, but life to me is way much more. No matter what it seems to be, it's always time to make a change. Sometimes all we need is only one more chance. So try, build a bridge over troubled water, fly. If that's all that you have left to do, I want more. I want more happy sunny days. I want more happy smiles on your face. Love sparkling the eyes. Tears no more, no more sorrow, no more bad days. No more cries, no more dark hope place. No more fear, no more fight. I want more happy sunny days. I want more happy smiles on your face. Love sparkling the eyes. Tears no more sorrow, no more bad days. more fight. Let the sun on the way shine, shine. Let the sun